Money Moves with Mem 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. That's the quickest way you can support me. Um, so have anybody ever thought of, older people and the regrets they have? So today we have 57-year-old uh, Charlize Jonah. Her YouTube channel will be in the description below. Um, she's gonna be deep diving into some of her regrets, and the title of her video is 57 and Broke. So we got to give our personal perspectives. So like, share, subscribe, and let's hop straight into the content.
Hey everybody, I am recording this in my car, which I don't record in my car very often. I usually will do it at home with a full setup, but I wanted to jump on. And as you all know, one of my slogans is truth, transparency, and triumph. And I have been wanting to share things, but it is difficult because I battle with who's going to watch it. Is my family going to see this? Are those quote unquote so-called friends or my foes, whatever, going to see this? But I also say, which is my tagline, I tell my truth.
First and foremost, guys, this lady, I know her video says 57 and broke, but she looks absolutely good to be 57. Like, she's a clear face, what I'm saying? Her skin's not really falling off her body. She looks great, So shout out to that. The health, you know. We need to take health more important.
Without shame and guilt, so you can tell yours. Well, I'm going to start here. I've been trying to figure out where to start. I pre-recorded originally a video about me and the first guy that I dated in college. And I scrapped all of that because it was really, the way I did it was boring. I was bored with my own video. But I don't know how long this is going to be, but like, I'm in my car. I'm actually at work, and this is during lunchtime. And I said, Celeste, if you don't do it now, you won't do it. It has been really tough for me, and because of some decisions that I have made that I regret making. I always talk about Atlanta, and I feel like,
Oh, snaps. We got another one. One of them Atlanta babies. Guys, you know how I was homeless in Atlanta for over 10 years. And I done seen some things in Atlanta and stuff like that. So you guys will always hear me say something crazy about Atlanta. Um, but yeah, I feel like all of us, we're not perfect, and we all have something that we regret, that we wish we can go back and do. It's just like me. I'm 245 pounds. I didn't know I was going to be this big back in high school. I could have probably, went all the way to the NFL if I would have stayed in my books, went to practice, actually applied myself. I could probably be in a whole different lifestyle. So this is totally understandable. But let's see what she's talking about.
when I left my corporate job making a good salary and decided to chase a dream, thinking everything would fall into place, things would be in order, my life blew up. It has not been the same in 3 years.
And another thing is, because I want people to learn from these videos as well, just like what she just said, like, she really wished that she would have never put her corporate job on the back burner, or her job on the back burner, to chase her dreams. Um, a lot of people fall victim to this. Like, you have guys who want to be rappers, who want to be entertainers, and they solely chase that without and put everything else on the back burner. But you cannot do that if your sole income is if the most of your bulk of your income is coming from your job, then I advise you to keep that job.
And I've had a lot of thoughts around it, and I may talk longer than I need to, but so I'm sorry. And I might have to break this up. But when I just, today was a hard day.
Oh my God. This is guys. This is not a midlife crisis. This is this is not a midlife crisis. She has already hit midlife, and now she's getting to the beyond life stage. You know, so um, she might get a little emotional.
Reality is something else. I recognize that most of it is my doing and undoing. And honestly, I really want God to wave a magical wand and take me back to the day I was going to resign and listen to the advice I was given. But I didn't, because I think I'm grown and I have the answers. And I found out I don't. I used to say I would want to go back before that bad relationship out of college. And I'll talk about that. But I don't want to go back that far. I just want to go back 3 years. The scary part about it is, even if I had made what I thought would be the perfect decisions, it doesn't mean anything would have ended up differently. I still could have been in this predicament. I didn't see this coming. I thought I had prepared, and evidently I didn't. Which makes me think about a couple of things. Okay, so what happened was, let me just go back. When I left my corporate job, I was 54, I believe, 53, 54. And I'm on the latter half of my life. And sometimes I think and ask myself, what was I thinking? Was it really that important to you? Could you not have just kept it going and done this later? But I didn't. So I stepped out. I believed everything would fall into place and I would be okay. And y'all, when God tells you something, listen and be obedient to it. And I didn't. And I know that is part of the reason I'm having issues today. When I left to go to Atlanta to pursue acting, I kept hearing, you're not.
Oh my God, she went to Atlanta to pursue acting. This kind of sounds like the Hollywood. You know how a lot of people was going to Hollywood and now they're all homeless. You know, a lot of people a lot of the homeless people in Hollywood went to Hollywood with these same ideals. You know, they're gonna make it. They're gonna be in the movies and stuff like that. But like gigs, and I'm not saying it's not possible to become an actor or a rapper or be famous and but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of competition in that stuff, bro.
Not going to need to look for a job. You're not going to need to look for a job. And unbeknownst to me, he had something waiting for me. Before I left, someone here in Memphis connected me to somebody in Atlanta about, working.
Now, what are you doing in Memphis? Are you from Memphis, man? She might be from my hometown, y'all. You know, she might be from my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. Grandma, what you doing? What you doing in the M town, Granny?
A job. And I started going through the process, the interview, filling out the application, and able to do the job. It was something that was right up my alley. Unfortunately, I allowed myself to I self-sabotaged. And I said, you know what? I can't do this job. I'm going to be acting. I don't know when I'll need off, when I'll do this, A, B, C, and D. Made an excuse because I'm thinking it's going to be okay. You'll get someplace steady, consistent. You'll be able to take off when you need to and so forth. Because I'm thinking, I don't want to interrupt or get anybody else in trouble.
I could just imagine Alana back in the day when she did this, because Atlanta's nice. It got all the bells and whistles. You know, it looks nice on the outside with all the condos and the gentrification and stuff like that. But Atlanta is a very, very, dangerous city. You know, it might not look like Memphis. It might not look like New Orleans. It might, but yeah, A lot of people go to Atlanta with these high hopes and end up getting shot down by somebody who looks exactly like them. But let's keep it moving.
If I had been a little bit more wise and I guess maybe selfish, I would have taken the job without question. That was in October of 2022, rolling into November. I did not find a job until, oh my gosh, September of 2022. Almost a whole year. I hustled. I drove.
So this was 3 years ago. Like, I'm thinking that this was a long time ago. This was like 3 years ago. Like, Atlanta is a really tough place. It's beautiful. Like I said, it got all the bells and whistles. But if you don't have money where you can be in your house and you're set and you're somewhere in a nice neighborhood or something like that, then going to Atlanta for a dream, 9 times out of 10, first of all, the residents of Atlanta, the people who are from Atlanta, feel like that you got that it's a bunch of new people and you guys are targets for the regular people, and they got the same dreams. So that's where the issues started. But I totally understand what she's saying. You know, she's reflecting, but she looks good. She has a nice vehicle. She's clean, you know, and stuff like that. And she looks good for 57, like I said in the beginning of the video. Well, let's keep it moving.
DoorDash. I drove. I did Amazon deliveries. I worked overnight at Walmart. I did everything I could, and I'm sorry, y'all. I did it's called Insta work. Everything I could, and then I also ended up withdrawing my pension and my retirement because I just didn't have enough money. And this is not how I expected things to go. I really didn't, because I'd always landed on my feet.
So, you know, I done heard stories like this before, like people getting swindled out of money, you know, going to their pension, going to their retirement fund, guys. A lot of people be working their whole entire lives and putting into their retirement. And then, like, right now, she's in that age where she should be looking to retire. Like, yeah, and you end up going to your pension and you end up spending money trying to keep up with the Joneses, because in Atlanta is very superficial. Everybody's trying to outdo everybody and stuff like that. And then you end up in a situation where, you know, you got to continuously work. I feel bad for this lady. But this is going to be the reality for a lot of us modern people. A lot of people who's getting older, this is going to be your reality. Probably not as good as hers, because she looks pretty clean cut. It looks like she got a good head, still got a good head on her shoulders. But a lot of us, when we get older, our minds start to deteriorate, our bodies, like mine. You know, my health is not all 100%. You know, then I got all these kids running around and stuff like that. So I'm getting old, you know. So, she's giving some good advice. Let's keep it moving.
And this is the first time I had not. So I went and I finally got a job and was working at a company. Had talked to them, told them I do acting. You know, every now and then I might need some time off. Because, you know, I wasn't doing like big time. I wasn't gone all the time. It was fine. They hired a manager who had a problem with it. And she didn't want to give me any additional opportunities. She had issue with me. And I'm a worker. I'm dependable. Most of the time I was there, and I would look around and I would see other people not showing up for work, leaving early, coming late. And that's not how I work. I'm going to be on time. I'm sorry. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to leave on, I'll leave at my designated hour if I...
Yeah, but a lot of people in this world is not happy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these managers, they come from a household where they had an issue with their spouse or with their kids and stuff, and they come to the job, and if you seem like you're happy and they just can't see this old lady, you know what I'm saying, being an actor, you know. So 9 times out of 10, like this is why I don't tell anybody about my YouTube fam. You guys are the only people who know that I have a YouTube. When I get jobs, nobody knows I got a YouTube. Nobody knows what my dreams are. Nobody knows what my ambitions is. These are things you should keep to yourself. And a lot of times, I always got a frown on my face, so people don't really know what, you know. I'm a black male. They don't really care anyway. You know, they don't really care what I got going on. But let's keep it moving though.
Don't have anything else hanging or over. I eventually ended up leaving in April because she was riding me, and I was like, I am not going to put up with this. Well, sorry, was checking to see if someone else was there, but I ended up finding another job. I was working Amazon in the warehouse. I did that for a while. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
For anybody who said they enjoy working in an Amazon warehouse, I feel like that's like, you know, I don't know anybody who enjoys working. Honestly, like working is a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to the point where you actually enjoy this, then you know that moves the facts where when you should be investing into something. Like if she was gonna do her pension and take her pension out the way she did, she should have at least when it tried to get a house, you know what I'm saying, or open up a coffee shop, open up some type of business so she could put all this positive energy that she got that she gives other jobs and they're not giving her back. She could put that into her own company. But a lot of people end up working for the majority of their lives trying to, you know, it doesn't work out like that.
And eventually got another job. Okay, that was April. In July, started a new job in July 10th. It was a contract to hire position. So I was getting on my feet and everything. And I felt bad because my goal was the young lady I was living with, I was only going to be there a year. And I ended up being there the whole time, minus maybe a couple months, few months. Because what ended up happening, I got my job, I was getting on my feet, I want my own place. Moved out, and the place I moved into was roach infested. And I thought, okay, maybe this is a fluke. I'm seeing a few. They exterminated. It's probably been empty a while. But no. Y'all, I slept in my bedroom, tried to cover the door so they couldn't get in. It didn't matter. They got in. I woke up one morning and there was some crawling up the wall. And I thought, I can't do this. I had ordered furniture and I had to cancel that order. I never unpacked, and then
Guys, that's a new thing that's going on. Like, you got people who have been working all their lives and can't even afford to get their own place to live. Guys, we should take this not with a grain of salt. Like, we should take this seriously. This is a serious issue. You know, where you've been working for 10, 20 years and you can't afford to get your own place. And so I understand what she's saying 57 and broke, because if you can't get your own place, that means that if you're trying to retire, you can't survive on your own without working um, um, for no amount of time, because you'll automatically stand with people. But let's keep it moving.
I would have to unpack. When I got ready to leave, but I finally was like, I've had enough of Atlanta. Nothing's working out. I'm broke. I can't seem to get.
Oh, Atlanta was a horrible. Atlanta was fun. It was dangerously fun. Let me say that again. It was dangerous. Atlanta is dangerously fun. You know, everybody's coming through. You got people from all over the world at the train stations and stuff. And when I left Atlanta, my life started to go uphill. When I left Atlanta, you know, Atlanta's nice, and they, you know, they got all these rich African American people, you know, and then you got the hood, you got the black culture scene, you know, then you got all different other races of people who, you know, everything's cool. But Atlanta is a difficult city to maneuver, you know, and it's dangerous. It's especially dangerous for homeless people and women. There's a big sex trafficking scene going on in Atlanta. You know, a lot of women get off the bus in Atlanta thinking they're gonna reach their dreams and end up in the hands of a pimp. But let's keep it moving.
Get on my feet. I'm not bouncing back. I was stressed. I thought, I'm going home, you know, and I had been talking to my sister and everything. And I hate it because I felt like I quit too soon and I gave up, but I did not.
No, you did the right. She did the right thing getting out of there. Atlanta's very dangerous, and people do not care about other people in Atlanta. It's all about financial gain. Get over jugging. Get over. If you're a tourist and you got money, I'm gonna try to swindle you out of it. You know, everybody's. It's crazy, bro. But let's keep it moving.
I felt as if I didn't have a choice. So I talked to my employer and she said I could work remote if I committed for 2 years. Y'all, when you get ready to make a major decision, talk to God first. Because you can talk to people and they will talk you out of what you ask God for. Because I asked God specifically if I could have a job, I could work remote, I could stay with this company, and I could move back to Memphis. Well,
Memphis, guys, Memphis compared to Atlanta is very slower than Atlanta. But a lot of times, like women in Memphis, Tennessee, women don't really have issues like that. Like my mom and my family been in Memphis for their entire lives. But when I'm in Memphis, I attract trouble. You know what I'm saying? By me being a younger black man, like Memphis is extremely dangerous for men. Like Memphis is a dangerous place. But obviously, like she's probably from there. Like Memphis it's a lot cheaper than Atlanta, But with the scenery in Atlanta is way better than Memphis. Don't really have any scenery like that, like Atlanta. Atlanta has a bunch of new condos. The jobs are booming and stuff like that. But sometimes you got to get up out of there. Get up out of there. This lady should probably come to a place like Colorado or something where there's a high population of Caucasian peoples, where minimum wage where I'm at is $18 an hour, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but let's keep it moving though.
in my ear, and then even me, so I can't blame it on them because it was my final decision. I decided not to work remote. I regretted that because I'm thinking I'll go back to my old company. That did not happen, and I'm still not there. I've been back since August of 2024, and it is, what month is this? This is February of 2025. I applied for several positions, and I have enough rejection emails from them. If I printed them out, I could wallpaper at least one wall. I am not going back. I don't know what's on my file, but they are not hiring me back, period. So I've had to live with that. Before I left, my boss told me, don't leave, but I left anyway. Much regret. But here I am, February, and I realized, back in August, I moved in with someone, and it was not the ideal situation. I had conversations with this person before, and I should have gone with what I knew. In the beginning, the person didn't want me to move in, and I should not.
Yeah, no grown adult really, especially like if you don't have like a $20 million mansion in Miami, where if I'm on one side of the apartment, then you could be on the other side, and I don't really see you like that. Then most people, like in my little 2-bedroom apartment with all my kids and my wife, I'm not trying to let nobody move in with me, especially a grown person. I want to be able to, walk around nude sometimes and, smack my wife on the booty, let her walk around in her panties and stuff. But you can't do, guys, I'm not going to react to this whole video. But if you guys want to finish, her YouTube channel is I Am Celeste Jones right here, So if you guys want to finish this video, support this lady, it's right there. And I'm going to holler at you guys on the next video. I appreciate you guys for all the support. And I'm going to holler at you guys next time. Over and out.